What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Y'all, this situation between the Connecticut Sun and star guard Marina Mabrey continues to get uglier and uglier. We know earlier in the month, after they cleaned house, blew up the roster, and hit the reset button, that Marina Mabrey was trying to bounce. Now, we know she's forced her way off of two teams in the past, 2.5 years, bro. So it's been a rocky ride for her as well. She finally thought she was in her destination where she can compete for championships. The Connecticut Sun trade everybody or let everybody go in free agency, including the coach, Stephanie White. Completely blew up everything, leaving Marina Mabrey to clean up the pieces? This just isn't sitting right, man. So she demanded the trade and it was denied. The culprit president, Jennifer Rosati of the Connecticut Sun, actually threw some shade, man, after denying the trade. Threw some shade at Mabrey, saying, quote, "We knew all the time that she had already forced her way out of two teams, so it was a bit risky for us to trade for her. Sheesh. But we felt like it was worth it."
It's like, you in danger, girl. Like, you should have been hit the panic button. You have not announced that you're changing a lot of the things that the players had a problem with in the first place to want to leave your franchise. And then you're
teams. So it was a bit risky for us to trade for her, but we felt it was worth it.
And it's like, you in danger, girl. Like, you should have been hit the panic button. You have not announced that you're changing a lot of the things that the players had a problem with in the first place to want to leave your franchise. And then you're also in articles saying things like other GMs talk to us in ways that weren't great and doing all of this and putting a lot of blame in other places and also airing out some laundry that doesn't really need to be aired out. So there's a lot of things that are going on.
And I also just feel like that was a nasty way to throw a player under a bus.
1,000%.
Like, we all can look up articles. We could all look up previous trade requests or whatever. Like, I just feel like that was, she should be grateful we even traded for her because we know how she moves in this business. And I'm sure a lot of people were surprised. All right, calm down, pump the brakes. That was nasty.
That article it was like, if you are talking about not hitting the panic button, you just propelled yourself into panic, putting all of that out. So,
y'all, this situation between the Connecticut Sun and star guard Marina Mabrey continues to get uglier and uglier. We know earlier in the month, after they cleaned house, blew up the roster, and hit the reset button, that Marina Mabrey was trying to bounce. Now, we know she's forced her way off of two teams in the past 2.5 years, bro. So it's been a rocky ride for her as well. She finally thought she was in her destination where she can compete for championships. The Connecticut Sun trade everybody or let everybody go in free agency, including the coach, Stephanie White. Completely blew up everything, leaving Marina Mabrey to clean up the pieces? This just isn't sitting right, man. So she demanded the trade and it was denied. The culprit, Jennifer Rosati of the Connecticut Sun, actually threw some shade, man, after denying the trade. Threw some shade at Mabrey, saying, quote, "We knew all the time that she had already forced her way out of two teams, so it was a bit risky for us to trade for her. Sheesh. But we felt like it was worth it." Shots fired? So then Marina Mabrey's agent came out and said, quote, "In this current age of women's empowerment and support of the players, the Connecticut Sun threatening to force Marina Mabrey to play for them after her trade request is mind-boggling. Why would anyone try to force someone to play on their team when they don't want to be there? It's counterproductive in a ton of ways, and everyone we have spoken to is perplexed about how they are handling Marina. After trading away Hall of Fame caliber players, the coach parted ways, no free agents returned, and they are doing all they can to try to force Marina to stay when she clearly doesn't want to be there. It's interesting. Look, they gave up 2 draft picks and 2 players for her. I think it's absolutely wrong to force her to play there, first off. If she doesn't want to be there, it seems like she's the type of player where it's not going to be good for the locker room. It's not going to be good for morale. Like, you obviously have a player, same with like how Jimmy Butler was with the Heat, and ended up getting traded. Like, you got to trade her, bro, or it's going to kill the chemistry of this rebuild that you're trying to do. You're talking about you're not hitting the panic button. Y'all should have been hitting the panic button weeks ago when you lost your franchise core pillars of this whole entire team. We were hitting the panic button weeks ago. This is trouble. Marina Mabrey is stuck, stranded in the desert right now without a lifeline. Look at this roster. Bro, they got Lindsey Allen, Yvonne Anderson, Caitlin Bickle, Tina Charles, Natasha Cloud, solid. Diamond DeShields, solid. Maya Hollingshead, Abby Husu, Layla Lakin, Marina Mabrey stuck there, Nicolina Milic, Tiffany Mitchell, solid. Astudendorf Fall, Olivia Nelson Adota, solid. Robin Parks, and then Jay-Z Sheldon, also solid. But you're definitely looking at a lottery team, without a doubt. You're looking at probably the worst roster in the WNBA aside from maybe the Chicago Sky. Like, this is bad business right here. And with this new CBA agreement, and you're expecting, free agents in the future to want to come and join your franchise, this is not sending a good message for the Connecticut Sun. This is sending a very bad message, basically saying you don't give a damn about how the players feel, what they're going through, or what's best for them. You're only concerned with the franchise, which, they have a right to be. Like I said, they gave up 2 draft picks, they gave up 2 players, but you're obviously in rebuild mode, and you have a disgruntled employee that you're forcing to stay there. They're apparently, like, the strategy is they're planning to build around Marina Mabrey and improve this team and try to build a contender over the next several years. The GM or president also said that she will be expecting all the facilities to be upgraded by 2028 all around the WNBA. So it'll be even level playing field with all this new money coming in. But you obviously have a major problem. But it's also like some people are on both sides of the spectrum here. One Twitter user, Alyssa Thomas Ponytail, said Marina agent gonna have to STFU. I'm sorry. Your client isn't a free agent. The Sun gave up 2 draft picks and 2 players to get her for half a season and then trade her for pennies on the dollar? Hell nah. She isn't one of those Hall of Fame caliber players that he's talking about that deserve their trade and deserve to pick where they wanted to go. Like I said, people are on both sides of the spectrum here. The Sun are trying to hold on to their investment. And, you got to kind of respect that aspect, or at least, understand somewhat or see that value of that aspect as well, of where, they got a half a season out of her, and they gave up future assets and 2 contributing players to this rotation to bring her in. So if they want to hold on to her and have her, they have her under contract. She's obligated to fulfill her duty to the Connecticut Sun. So that is also one way to look at it. Is it rubbing players the wrong way? Is the entire league watching? Is this bad business for both parties? It seems so, but also Mabrey has forced her way out of a couple of teams, throwing some temper tantrums, letting the world know that, like, she is not happy, and her agent bad-mouthing the organization isn't a good look either, man. This is bad business on both sides, but it feels like she is being held hostage right now in a situation that she obviously doesn't want to be in. I think it would be best for both teams, both parties, I should say, to just split ways. She definitely is talented enough to really help elevate a contender, Aces, Dallas, whoever, who will be interested in her services. The Chicago Sky could definitely use her services as well. Maybe the Mystics. But, that is something that is left to be desired. But it seems like for the near future now that Marina Mabrey will absolutely be in Connecticut. And, she's obviously not happy about it. And like I said, people are on both sides of the spectrums here. But the Connecticut Sun are a straight up mess, man. I don't see how you go from title contender to bottom of the league doormat in one season, like completely just blew your whole team up. And that's not what you promised Marina Mabrey when she came there. You knew she came there, her motivation was to play playoff basketball, competitive basketball, and win a championship. And now you're not in a situation to do that for years to come, and you're probably going to waste the rest of her prom, which stinks. It does. But also, Marina Mabrey, you forced your way into this situation, and now you're facing the consequences of your actions, forcing your way around these teams, man. At the end of the day, the front office, the GMs have the power, and the franchises have the power. They got you locked under contract, and you're due to honor your obligation to this franchise. So that is what it is, man. We'll see how this continues to unfold, and if she will actually get moved. For now, though, she will be suiting up for the Connecticut Sun, and she will have the green light, getting all the shots she wants, averaged over 14 points a game last season. We will see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though. Talk to me. Let me know. That is a wrap for us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Until next time, hey, we out.